But last year we had a problem with bullying, and it didn't seem like anything got done last year. But this year we did mention to the teacher that there was an issue, but my daughter came home and said, "Mommy, my teacher taught me what the difference between tattling and reporting is." And I asked her what tattling is, and she said, "Well, tattling is when you tell somebody something that's not really important." And I said, "Okay, well, what's reporting?" And she goes, "Well, reporting is when you, what'd she say? She said, reporting is when you tell the teacher that somebody's hurting you." I said, "Okay, well, do you know the difference?" And she told me yes. And I said, "Okay." Well, then she came home one week every single day in a bad mood, crying, yelling, hitting her sister too, and being really rough with her sister. And she absolutely loves her sister. And so we asked her what was wrong. And she told us that there's this little girl who is now moved, so it's not an issue. But she said that this little girl kept picking on her and kept picking on her. And I said, "Well, did you tell the teacher?" And she said, "Well, no, because that would be tattling." And I said, "Well, what is she doing that's, upsetting you?" And she goes, "Well, she's taking my arm and she's slinging my arm back and forth." And I said, "Okay, what did you tell the teacher?" "No, because that's tattling." And I said, "No, when someone puts their hands on you, you tell the teacher, you tell somebody." And I said, "If it continues, then you tell the little girl to stop." And because we had this same issue with the same girl last year, and I don't condone violence whatsoever, but I did tell my daughter, if it gets to the point where the teacher's not doing anything and the student continues, you turn around and you hit that little girl and you make her stop. I told her, this is not okay. It's not okay at all. And like I said, we talked to the teacher and the teacher fixed it. But we also went to a JV football game the other night. And like I said, my daughter's 6 and in the 1st grade. There were students there that were yelling from the top of the stands all the way to the bottom of the stands. My issue was that, yes, they did get talked to, but if I get an email from the principal telling me that my 1st grader, there's no bad behavior allowed, they're not allowed to run around in the stands, and they must stay with the parents, then why are these high school students allowed to scream the F word at the top of their lungs? Why are they allowed to talk about boy parts being stuck inside of girl parts? Those things don't need to be talked about in front of my 6-year-old. Those things are not appropriate, and those kids should have been removed instead of still being able to sit there and say those things. And I did talk to the 9th grade campus principal, and he told me at the end of the night, it's your word against their word. I'm an adult. Those are high school students. My word should be taken. I'm not lying about that when other parents are complaining about the same thing and have messages to other authorities and nothing is still being done. Thank you.